Welcome all to NFL Pub Hub right here on Pub Sports Radio. It is week 9. We have a great show for you guys. Thank you all so much for joining us. Flea Mathis, Truth Teller, Anthony Velez, EJ Smizzy, Omar Godet, Gerald Jones, Swiggy, my dude. Thank you guys for rocking with us. We have a monstrous show here today. Bobano hitting leadoff for us. Then we have Morgan Spooner up second. These two are number 1 and 2 thus far through the 2025 NFL season. Bobano number 1 at 50 and 27 plus 20.19 units, and Spooner number 2, 14 and 5 plus 8.4 units. So that's how we are getting things started here, and we have a great group after those guys. Justin McKelie, Salty Pete, Just My 2 Cents, LJ from Htown with his mortgage bet, AM, who came off a great week last week, and the Goracle, and then Jose Bouquet, also off a great week last week, closing us up. Thank you guys for joining us. Dream Scene, over. Mike Doyle in the house, Tyler Flowers. It is great to see all of you guys, and much love to you, Bo Jackson, and your family. Thinking of your grandma and thinking of you and the fam, Bo. Mr. Always Profit, Agent Parlay. Great to see all of you guys. For the injury report, the most important news here is we have people coming back. It's not as much as who is not going to be around. Kyler Murray back for Monday Night Football. J.J. McCarthy back for the Minnesota Vikings in Detroit. Bryce Young also back. Puka Nacua back as well. We're going to go over all of the injury reports. We're going to go over all of the pertinent information, weather, injuries, and hear action from our cappers in the on our show. And this is, at this point, week 9 of the NFL season, the very best work that we've done as a group. This is the best season. Season 5 is our best work as a group. We got Eugene Laney, Star Child, Mally Mal, Big Mastro, Justin Machai, Mark Nick, Jerry Beatty. Jerry Beatty hit an 8-teamer for 3,300 yesterday. I love to hear it. I love to see it. My action here, I've started the week 1-0. Very, very pleased with how this season has gone thus far, and want to keep it rolling. 94 and 72 at 56.6% plus 15.98 units. ROI plus 9.63%. Average line minus 106. And Jared JB telling us that because Kyler Murray's back doesn't mean he's starting. It is Jacoby Brissett starting. We only have one capper talking about Monday Night Football here on the show. My action here, Carolina, Green Bay, first half under 22, full game under 44.5. I'm on the Texans first half and full game. I'm on New Orleans, LA Rams first half under and full game under. Very similar story to the Carolina, Green Bay spot. I'm on the Bills first half and full game plus a half and plus 2.5. I'm on the Giants plus 2.5. Fading my San Francisco 49ers for the second week in a row and expecting to cash it. I'm on the overs in Minnesota, Detroit. I went 10-2 in totals last week, and I'm very much hoping to keep that roll going. We have Jim Dewigger in the house. Jerry Beatty saying Brissett is a better passer, and Omar Godet also with me on the New York Giants. It's not a popular spot. Man Bear Pig is fading the Chargers. My days of fading the Chargers are over, but I can understand why one would be doing that here. I get it. I completely get it. So let's talk about a couple of things here. We're going to be setting up our game 1. Our first guest will be arriving here very shortly. I assume he will be here any second. So here we go. Waiting for a Bobano. But while we are waiting for Bobano, I have a colleague backstage that we can bring on right now, and he can give us a little hint about the mortgage bet right now. And it is must-know information. So let's just bring him on very, very quickly. He will be giving us all the goods because Bobano is here. But without further ado, let's bring on one of our guests on today's show and just preview the mortgage bet. Please welcome LJ from Htown. LJ, what's good, man? How are you?
I am doing excellent, Jimmy. It is Sunday morning, NFL football, best day of the week for me. So I am ready to get paid, Jimmy.
I am very excited. I believe at this point in the year, in the season, this time, your mortgage bet is the bet that everybody wants to know about. I think it's the most highly anticipated bet that we have here, at least this week for sure. Our first guest is ready to rock. Do you want to give us a little hint about the mortgage bet that was a huge casher for you a couple weeks ago? And they don't come every week. They don't come
They
every week.
don't.
You want to give us a little preview of it before we bring on our first guest?
Well, everybody pretty much knows what it is. People been hitting me up on Twitter, asking me, but some of the guys guessed it right. So I'm pretty sure people are going to put it in the chat of what the mortgage bet it is. But hey, if you know me, y'all know how I cap, and y'all know the only team that I do my mortgage bet on. So hey, just a small tease. So I'm pretty
I
sure
love
y'all
it.
can figure it out.
I love it, LJ. We'll see you soon, my man.
All
Respect.
right,
There he
buddy.
is, LJ from Htown. Let's bring on our first guest of 9 on today's show. Currently, our leader, having the finest season at this point that any capper has had through 5 years of NFL pop-up, 50 and 27 plus 20.19 units. In week 7 and 8, he has gone 16 and 6 plus 9.24 units. Let's stay hot. Thank you for joining us here on Pub Sports Radio. Please welcome from Hamilton, Canada, Canada's black and yellow steel town, star of the Ice Guy, star of the NBA OG show, and star of Hitting the Books YouTube channel, Ian Cameron, to the show. Ian, how are you, my man?
Yeah, I'm great. I mean, the NFL season, I'm waiting for that first bad week, and it hasn't hit me yet. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Unbelievable season. I mean, the show record's even better than my overall personal record in the NFL this season. I mean, it's just it's been great. It's been absolutely terrific. I love the card today too. I mean, so I don't intend to keep it or slow down anytime soon. So let's see if we can put another winning day on the board here today.
Let's do exactly that. You start at 1 p.m. Eastern with the Chicago Bears 4-3, 2-2 on the road at the Cincinnati Bengals 3-5, 2-2 at home at Paycor Stadium, Cincinnati, Ohio, 48 Fahrenheit, cloudy 3 mile per hour winds. We have DeAndre Swift out. He's very much come on over the last little while. Rashawn Johnson also out. So 2 running backs out here for the Bears. Luther Burden, wide receiver, out with a concussion. And defensive lineman Dominique Robinson is out as well. On the other side, looks like Trey Hendrickson is not going to be in the lineup. A lot of people were hoping he would be here. He is not. Logan Wilson also out. This is not a strong defense. And you take out their best defensive end and a key linebacker, it is not good. Also, Marco Wilson, cornerback, is out. Here we go, Ian. Let's go over the line history very, very quickly here for Bears Bengals to get your card started. Despite the lack of running backs, I guess the injuries on the defensive front are taking the emphasis here of this line move because it's moved heavily towards the Bears. The look ahead was +1. It reemerged on Sunday night at -1.5. And now we have 3s on the board. I'm looking at -2.5 at -120 for the Chicago Bears. Troy Torrance gave out the Chicago Bears on Bankroll Blitz money line -130 on Tuesday. We get to the total here. This one is climbing. This opened up, or the look ahead, I should say, was 49. It actually dropped down to 48.5. Reemerges on Sunday night at 50.5. Got up to 52. We're now sitting at a 51. And when we get to the cash flow for Bears Bengals, we have 65% of the tickets on the Bears, 51% of the cash. So bigger bets are coming in on the Bengals, but this market is moving pretty heavily towards the Bears. 54% of tickets on the under and 52% of cash on the under. Ian Cameron, game 1, take it away.
Yeah, I have Bears money line. It's too pricey now to take the money line, so I will go with -2.5 now at -114. Hope they can win by a field goal or more, which I think they can. I like the over, though, even more in this game. I mean, we saw it from last week against the New York Jets. I mean, how bad can this Bengals defense get? You give up that kind of yardage, that kind of points and big plays. Keep in mind, Justin Fields and the Jets hadn't done much of anything in previous weeks. So just a horrific showing. Maybe pride does take over, but when you look at the fact this defense doesn't have a lot of playmakers, they don't do one thing well, they don't stop the run well, they don't have a pass rush, and it's going to be hurt even more with no Trey Hendrickson. The secondary's been a massive disappointment. What the hell happened to Cam Taylor-Britt on this defense, by the way? He's a guy that I can't figure it out how bad he's become and how terrible a season he's had. He was a really good player in that secondary before. Now this season, he can't cover anybody downfield. It's just a horrific defense. They thought Al Golden would be the answer. No, it's not a coordinator issue because Lou Anarumo is gone and he's doing okay elsewhere. It's a personnel issue. Just don't have a lot of great players on that side of the football. I think Chicago can move the ball, but here's my concern with the Bears. The secondary is still depleted. Let's not kid ourselves. They let Tyler Huntley, last week, and the Baltimore Ravens go up and down the field, for a good chunk of that game. That's not a good sign for the Chicago defense. And say what you will about Joe Flacco. There was some question about his status, but he's going to play. And look what he's done with this Bengals offense. Big game against Pittsburgh Thursday night 2 weeks ago. Can't blame him. Can't blame the offense for last week against the Jets. They did their job. They moved the football. They put up points in bunches. So I think they'll score on Chicago as well. So I'm on the Bears. I like this total, though, even more. That's my favorite look. Chicago, Cincinnati, over 51 minus 115.
You are in business, the over and the Bears. A lot of Bears backers in the chat, but we also have Bengals backers as well. And we have cappers on the over. DG here is on the under. So we have cappers on either side of side and total here for Bears, Bengals. We roll on 1 p.m. Eastern. San Francisco 49ers 5-3, 3-2 on the road. The New York Giants 2-6, 2-1 at home. MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. 55 Fahrenheit, sunny. 3-mile-per-hour winds. It's just not getting any easier for the 49ers. Injuries to this front. Bryce Huff and Yetur Gross-Matos still out. Center Jake Brendel out. Wide receiver Ricky Pearsall out. And then a ton of questionable players. And we're talking key players, whether it be Spencer Buford on the offensive line or Jordan Elliott at defensive tackle, D. Winters at linebacker. It's just a beat up group right now. And for the Giants, Cordell Flott, cornerback, is out. Art Green, another quarterback, is out. And Chauncey Golston, defensive lineman, out at this point. Let's go through this line history. This total has climbed and climbed and climbed. Opened up at 45.5, got up to 49, dropped down to 48.5. And on the spread here, we have the Giants plus 2.5 at minus 107. The look ahead was 3, and it did reemerge again at 3. It didn't last there very long. Went down to 2.5, being at 2.5 most of the week with Mac Jones starting here for the 49ers. Take it away. And quickly for the cash flow. And I did move on the Giants. I do believe the Niners are more than the sum of their parts at home, and I've loved fading them on the road. Now, it's different when they go and play the Rams or they go and play in a divisional battle here, just across the continent in New York. 72% of the tickets are on the 49ers, 70% of the cash. And then we have 74% of tickets on the under, 77% cash on the under. Ian Cameron, take it away. I think we might have a mute situation there, my man.
There we go. Sorry about that.
No worries,
yeah, I mean, I thought I might be the only one on the Giants because I'm seeing a lot of people loving the 49ers, and maybe it's just because the Giants had the collapse against Denver where they gave up the 33 points, and then it basically, domino effect in the last week, and they just got ripped apart by the Eagles, gave up 38 points. Eagles had that game circled, though, after losing to the Giants earlier this season. But I'm with you on this. I mean, I don't think the Giants are dead just yet. Like last week looked like, okay, maybe now it's going to unravel for them. But, and Cam Scadaboo is a big deal, okay, as far as losing him for the season, because he was just such a spark for that run game. And I can't say the same thing about what I'm seeing out of Tyrone Tracy right now. That guy's got to step up, man. Tyrone Tracy. I mean, I know he's not what Scadaboo's been, but he's got to do a better job here. Here's the thing with San Francisco. This is still a very banged up football team. This is still a football team that's down Nick Bosa and Fred Warner on the defensive side. I don't think the offensive line has protected Mac Jones very well in recent games. He's taken a beating. He's taken a pounding. That Niners offensive line has not been great. And the one area that you don't want to be weak against this Giants team is on the offensive line when that pass rush can make an impact. And we know that's the strength of the Giants defense. And if they can get to Mac Jones, and like I said, Mac Jones has taken a lot of hits. He's faced a lot of quarterback pressures in recent games. That's where the Giants can flip this game in their favor. And let's not forget how strong this home field has become for the Giants. The last 2 times they've played here, both since Jackson Dart took over as the starting quarterback, they notched outright wins as home underdogs against the Chargers in Jackson Dart's NFL debut, and of course Thursday Night Football a few weeks ago with obviously the game against Philadelphia where they were 7.5-point home dogs. They won outright. So I don't think the Giants are done just yet, and more so I don't know if I trust San Francisco in this spot. Keep in mind, when you look at these Niners games, they didn't play well against Houston. Offense struggled. I don't think the offense played well against Atlanta either, even though they won that game. The problem was Atlanta's offense was worse. But I don't think the Niners' offense was great when they won on Sunday night a couple weeks ago. So there is, I believe, yes, +3 -118 is out there. I'm taking that, and I think the Giants have a chance to win this one.
I agree. Now, Purdy is active. Do you expect him? I mean, everyone's saying Mac Jones is still starting. Do you expect to see Purdy on the field today?
All I heard all week was it's going to be another week so he's cleared, but is he going to get in? It's a good question. Maybe he will. He's cleared.
He's able to play.
Yeah.
But still at this point, Mac Jones is starting.
I like the Giants either way. If it's a rusty, banged up Brock Purdy, I don't mind. The quarterback situation would not take me off the Giants here.
Big shout out to Zoe Faye, Big Zoe, gifting 5 Pub Sports Radio memberships. Thank you, Zoe, my man. It means a ton to us. Juan Chavez, Armchair MMA, BT, MMA Locker Room, and B Will receiving it. Thank you, Big Zoe.
I did bet the over in this game, but it's moved a little too much. I'm not going to make that one official.
It is very high right now. I love the optics after Scadaboo. Obviously, no one wanted Scadaboo to get hurt, but the optics, everyone's saying, oh, what are they going to do now? How are they going to move the ball? All that stuff, not with no hope in Tyrone Tracy. This was a bet I wanted to make all week. I didn't make it right away because I was still trying to figure out who was going to be a quarterback because I thought if Purdy was in, we might get a better line. But this line's not changing here. Giants +2.5 with what vig, my man?
Oh, it's +3. Sorry, -118. I got the 3 at -118.
Yeah, no, nice job. I get it. The Giants +3 at -118. We roll on. Next up, Colts Steelers. This is a very interesting spot. You're going to hear cappers on either side of the fence here on this show. This is probably the most talked about game on the card here, or on our show here. Colts 7-1, 2-1 on the road. Steelers 4-3, 2-2 at home. We're at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 51 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy. 1 mile per hour winds. Let's get this one all set up here for Ian. We have the Colts -3 at -118. The look ahead was 2.5. This reemerged on Monday morning at 3 -112. So this was a 3.5 for a cup of coffee early this morning, a legit 3.5. We're back at 3, but it is heavily juiced. You can get 3.5s if you would like. This total is a 51.5 here. 49 was the look ahead, opened up on Monday morning at 49.5, and we are up to 51.5. And then when we get to the cash flow here, Ian, we have 67% of the tickets, 76% of the cash on the Colts, 64 and 64 on the under. Take it away, my man.
I love the was Pittsburgh on my card last week, Jimmy? I think they were, right, against Green Bay, and that was one of the losses, obviously.
Yeah, I have to pull up your.
Yeah, no, you don't have to. It was. I remember now. I had the over though too, so I split in that game. And I love the Steelers usually as a home underdog. You did not move on Pittsburgh, did you?
No.
Yeah, I've got concerns. This is Mike Tomlin's wheelhouse, home underdog, good team coming in. He's usually stepped up in these spots, but this defense I think is just flat out horrible for the Pittsburgh Steelers because every time I've seen them against an offense with a pulse, they have been ripped apart. Joe Flacco 2 weeks ago, and the Bengals ripped them apart. Look at last week. Once Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers got it going, they could not be stopped. Okay, I don't know what's happened with the pass rush. TJ Watts had a so-so year. Highsmith, those guys. Cam Hayward's not getting any younger. Jalen Ramsey's a box of chocolates. Forrest Gump. You never know what you're going to get. One game he looks like one of the best corners in the NFL, and the next week he's getting torched. So you don't know what you're going to get from Jalen Ramsey week in and week out. I've been on these Colts team total overs, repeatedly, and I have bet it here, but I'm going to just go with the full game over here. And the reason for that is because while I think the Colts, Daniel Jones, and the run game should work, I don't trust this Pittsburgh run defense against big bruising Jonathan Taylor who's having an MVP season. But this Indianapolis defense, I think, is still very much a question for me. I mean, I've got to see more from the Colts defense, and I think Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh offense, especially against a secondary that I think you can do damage against, I think there's going to be plays to be made and points on the board for this Pittsburgh team. They did score 25 last week against the Green Bay defense. So, like I said, I do think the Steelers can move this football as well. I did bet Colts team total over again personally, But the only play I'm going to make official on this game for the show is over 50.5 minus 120.
Over 50.5 minus 120. Now, our colleague Troy Torrance is on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know many people.
Long-term, great price, great spot for Tomlin. We know that.
We know that. But I couldn't do it.
No, not with that defense against what I know the Colts are going to throw. The Colts have not just had good offensive execution. They've schemed it up tremendously this season. And that worries me because I think this Pittsburgh defensive coordinator can get out-coached, and we've seen it at times.
Jabril Peppers is out with the quad injury at safety. Corey Trice, cornerback, is out with the hamstring and knee injury. The Colts believe Grover Stewart will play through this foot injury, but Samson Ebukam is out with the knee injury. We roll on to the next spot on the board for Bobano. Panthers, Packers, Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's 48 Fahrenheit, cloudy with 11 mile per hour winds at kickoff. By the time the game ends, the winds are 17, 18 mile per hour. So it's going to be getting windier as the game goes on. Injury-wise here for this one, Cade Mays, the center, is out for the Panthers. They lost 3 offensive linemen in their game last week. One done for the year with McKelie's. Cade Mays out with the ankle and knee injury. They are hoping, they are praying that Taylor Mawton is on that line. He is questionable here, and they need him desperately. For the Packers, Lucas Van Ness, defensive lineman, is out. Dontavian Wicks, wide receiver, out. Nick Neiman, linebacker, out. And they are hoping that Quay Walker will be able to play through the calf injury here. Let's get into the line history from a total perspective here. This is down to a 43. Like seeing that a lot. I was hoping, I've been waiting all week for it to drop, and it didn't. It went up to 44.5. I mean, I got the under 44.5, but I've just been hoping this would start the market show me something, and finally we're down to a 43, which does make me feel good. I'm on the first half under and the full game under, and it's similar to that Chiefs Commanders under from last week, where I don't see how Carolina scores. So if the Packers slow it down or just control possession battle, I think we all know that the Philadelphia Eagles are on deck for the Packers. But the Packers are 13-point favorites. The look ahead was 10.5, reemerged Sunday night at 11, and now we have a 13. Let's get quickly to the cash flow, Ian. We have here 78% of the tickets, 87% of the cash on the Packers, 73% of tickets on the under, and 78% of cash on the under. The under is being bet heavily, and I was very concerned that the line wasn't moving. Now, could it go down to 42.5 and make me feel a little better? I hope so. Take it away, Ian, my man.
Sometimes you got to get down and dirty with some of your bets in the NFL, and I'm doing that here. I'm on Carolina plus 13.5, minus 110. I know the offensive line is banged up, beaten up to shit. And when you're dealing with Rashawn Gary, Micah Parsons, a ferocious defensive line, multiple tremendous players that can get after the quarterback, that is a concern. But there are things that line up for the Panthers here. You're getting a big number. They're off a blowout loss to Buffalo, 40-9. And Andy Dalton was horrible in that game. Interceptions, fumbles, and obviously the offensive line was a problem in that game against Buffalo last week. But you got a team off a blowout loss. And at least Bryce Young is back at quarterback here for the Carolina Panthers in this game. And now he has struggled on the road, but gosh, he has to be better, has to be an upgrade from the version of Andy Dalton that we saw last week, who was probably the worst quarterback on the football field all of last week in the NFL was Andy Dalton. That is how bad he was for the Carolina Panthers. But this is more about Green Bay and their failures and their continued issues as larger favorites. They are 0-4 against the spread this year, laying a touchdown or more. Cleveland, they lost outright as 7.5-point favorites. Dallas is 6.5-point road favorites, 40-40 tie. Didn't even win that game straight up. We obviously saw the Arizona game where they were life and death to win that game as road favorites. The Cincinnati game, very similar to this one. Joe Flacco just got traded before making that first start for the Bengals at Lambeau. They were 15-point favorites. They closed in that game and played with their food the whole game, Green Bay. They didn't show that killer instinct. They didn't show that ability to step on a throw to somebody, and they only won that game by 9. Too many points. I hope for an ugly hang around inside of a big number like this for Carolina. That's what I'm open for. I know their O-line is a big concern, but I'm on the Panthers here. Plus 13.5, minus 110. Too many points for a historically bad, larger favorite, this Packers team under Matt LaFleur.
With a huge game on deck. So I like it. I like it. I'm with you. Oh, well, I'm on the under, but I do want the Packers not to menace here in this football game for me to get to the under. So my action does correlate with yours. We move on. Denver Broncos 6-2, 2-2 on the road. The Houston Texans 3-4, 2-1 at home. We're at Energy Stadium in Houston, Texas. I just love this spot. I mean, are we buying Houston high? I mean, is that a concern after Stroud goes for 300 plus yards and all that? That's the only concern. I hammered the Texans last week on the money line and the double result, the plus 175. I'm on them first half and full game on the money line, not double result here. I still do fear the Broncos much more than I fear the 49ers on the road. This money line opened up at minus 104, and now it is up to minus 131. So it's taken 27 cents of movement, and I like to see it. From a total standpoint here, we have a 41. This was the look ahead was 38.5, and it got bet up to about 39. And then it reemerged at that 39 on Sunday night, and it just kept climbing. Actually, it dropped back to 39.5 early in the week, but now we're at a 41, the high water mark here for this total. And when we get to the cash flow, 53% of the tickets, 53% of the cash is on the Broncos, 52% of tickets on the under, 58% cash on the over. Ian Cameron, take it away, Broncos Texans.
Yeah, we're on the same side here. I'm on Houston minus 125. What I like about this spot here is Houston's starting to get their game back. Okay, 3 wins of their last 4. Remember, their season was teetering on being over, but now they've won 3 of their last 4. Granted, Baltimore, when they were banged up, San Francisco has had issues and a tough spot, and Houston took advantage of some weaker teams and bad spots. I get it, but I think they're getting better. C.J. Stroud in the offense is getting better. He's getting his weapons back. His receivers are getting healthier. The offensive line's starting to play better. And this is still a great defense. When they play their best, the Houston Texans are a really good defense. And the one sticking point with Bo Nix and Denver going back to last year, his rookie season, is that they feast on really bad defenses. But when Bo and the Broncos have to play better defenses, that's where they struggled. Remember the playoff game against Buffalo on the road against really good defenses. We have seen Denver have some struggles moving the football. We've seen Bo Nix have some struggles moving the football. And don't underestimate the loss of Pat Surtain. That is a huge loss in the secondary for the Denver Broncos. And just as C.J. Stroud in the Houston passing game, in my opinion, is probably coming off their best game of the season last week against San Francisco. And now no Surtain in that secondary. That's a massive, massive impact injury for the Denver Broncos going into this game. So Denver off back-to-back home wins. This is a tough spot, too, emotionally a little bit. The epic comeback against the Giants. You blew the Dallas Cowboys off the field in that hideous defense. I think now going on the road, a much better Houston defense that you're going to have to play. I think it sets up very nicely for Houston here, and I'm on them money line.
I love it. And also PJ Locke, their safety is out as well. So the cornerback and safety. And this is not no-fly zone 2 like they had said it was going to be. This passing defense from the Broncos is ranked 19th in the league per Pro Football Focus, now without Surtain and PJ Locke. And the Texans are a very healthy group. Elijah Huzzie is out. He's the only guy really out. Now they expect Danico Autry to be good to go.
Yeah, Houston minus 125. I don't know if I said the price, but yeah.
You did, my man. Okay. Yeah, we're in business. We're lockstep here. Let's roll on to the next spot on the board for you. It is Chargers, Titans, Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, 49 Fahrenheit, a cloudy 6 mile per hour winds. The Chargers injury report is always something that you have to focus on here, but they are getting healthier. This total opened up at 43.5. The look ahead was 43.5. It reemerged on Sunday night at 44, dropped down to 43.5, and just got back to 44 about 20 minutes ago. So from a side perspective here on the point spread, we have the Chargers minus 9.5. The look ahead was minus 8, and it actually got down to 7.5. And then after the games, when it reemerged on Sunday, it was a 9.5. It got to 10 for a little while. This was a 10 back and forth from 9.5 to 10, but right now it is at the 9.5. And when we get to the cash flow here, 79% of the tickets, 76% of the cash on the Chargers, 58% of tickets, and 70% of cash on the under. Ian Cameron, take it away.
So my favorite bet here is over. It's my favorite. Actually, I think I like this over more than any of the others I've mentioned. I like the others too, the Bears game, the Steelers game. This one is because of the number. We're getting a nice cheap 43.5 here with this total at, let me give you the juice here, 43.5 minus 110 for the over here in this game. Tennessee, I've watched them now 2 games. Well, I watch everything, but I've watched them 2 games since the coaching change. Mike McCoy, the interim head coach, against obviously his former team. Remember, he was Chargers many years ago. They've thrown the ball more vertically down the field the last couple of weeks. Now, it hasn't always worked, but they are trying to attack down the field and throw the football more with Cam Ward and this offense. The offensive line is still an issue. Obviously, they're lacking quality weapons at receiver, but they're trying to throw the football more down the field. Will they have success is the question here. But, we haven't seen the Chargers defense. Against Minnesota, they were a lot better, but it's a Chargers defense that kind of went back downhill a couple games there before the Minnesota win. So Tennessee at home, and I remember the New England game too. They started off strong. They moved the football. They bogged down, but there were turnovers that kept points off the board. They have done a better job, the Colts and the Patriots game, the last 2 weeks moving the football. And I think they can chip in enough. And I think the Chargers will score a lot on this Titans defense. Titans have fallen to 26th in the NFL in yards per play allowed. We see that Justin Herbert and the Chargers have played really well the last couple of weeks. It couldn't be stopped by the Minnesota Vikings, 37 points last week. I think they're going to get into the 30s, and if we can get 14 or so out of Tennessee, there's the over, and I think it's very, very doable. So over 43.5, minus 110, and also I don't lay road favorites very often. It's not usually something I'm often comfortable doing when it's all said and done, but I don't think I can deny the track record of absolute futility that we have seen here over the years, Jimmy, with this Tennessee Titans team when playing at home. The Titans are 0-7 straight up and against the spread their last 7 home games here in Nashville. And I don't trust them to stay within singles. So I will also take the Chargers here, minus 9.5, minus 110.
Chargers minus 9.5, minus 110. We roll into the final spot on the board for Ian Cameron here. Jaguars, Raiders, 2 teams coming off their bye weeks, 2 teams that needed it. Raiders 2-5, 1-2, needed it desperately. Here they are at home. They opened up. The look ahead was +3, but nothing changed. These teams were on bye weeks. Reemerged at +3 at minus 110. Then it moved to 2.5. It moved to 2.5 on Thursday, which is where we are now. And this 2.5 is now juiced towards Las Vegas as well. When we get to the total for this spot here, Raiders hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars, we have a 44, flat 44. Bounced all over the place. The look ahead, though, was 44. It got up to 44.5. Reemerged on Sunday night back at 44. Got up to 45.5. This was a 45.5 on Wednesday. Now we are down to a 44. And when we get to the cash flow here, we have 59% of the tickets, 55% of the cash on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And we have 55% of the tickets and 51% of cash on the under. Ian Cameron, take it away, my man.
Yeah, this is over as well for me in this game. I'll bet Jacksonville early in the week because I said Jacksonville off 2 losses and a bye. I like that. I don't know if I fully trust them, so I'm not going to – and plus the number is not good enough in my opinion, but I do have Jacksonville money line at around minus 130, but I'm going to stick to just the total here officially. So over 43.5 at minus 110 here with Jags and Raiders. The Raiders get big weapons back, including, of course, Brock Bowers. That's huge for this Raiders offense. Now, can Geno Smith not screw up and actually find him and be accurate throwing the football to him is another story, but it's still a big plus for this Raiders offense. And the Jaguars have been sliced by tight ends this year. So actually if you're into props, I think Brock Bowers, receptions and receiving yards and maybe even a touchdown prop, I'd look in that direction. I think he can probably have a good matchup here against this Jacksonville defense. I don't know. This Raiders defense is still struggling, still tons of issues right now. You would think Liam Cohen and Trevor Lawrence off a bye week are going to be able to scheme some things up, be able to put out a good game plan, and obviously be able to do some significant damage here against the Raiders. Now, it is big news that Max Crosby's playing here for the Raiders. I was not expecting that. So that is a plus for the Raiders defense. Is by far their best player on that side of the football. And that's another reason why, I'm kind of pumping the brakes on Jacksonville. I think they still get the job done. We know there's not much of a home field advantage for Las Vegas here in their stadium, but I'm going to stick to this total over 43.5, minus 110. I think we see one of the better Raider offensive performances we've seen in weeks. And I often like betting overs with teams that were shut out in their last game. And obviously we saw that with the Raiders losing 31-0 to Kansas City in their last game. So there's nowhere to go but up. And this is quite the fall as far as class of defense when you go from Kansas City to Jacksonville. I'm still not totally convinced the Jaguars defense is that great. So, yeah, over for me here.
Over 43.5 at -110. He's also on the over 43.5 -110 in Chargers Titans, and the Chargers -9.5. Texans money line. Panthers +13.5. The over 50.5 in Indianapolis. Pittsburgh Giants +3 at -118. Bears -2.5 -114, and the over 51 at -115. 50 and 27 plus 20.19 units on this very show with lines that are available as we speak. This is not it's extremely difficult what Bobano is doing right here, and he's doing it with aplomb. Ian Cameron, thank you for rocking with us. Tell us what's going on. Hitting the Books YouTube channel, NBA OG show, Ice Guys. Talk to us about the week ahead.
Yeah, just we've got lots going on. Hitting the Books, college football. Connor Mack and I on Monday. We are going to have some college basketball hitting the book show starting this week with the college basketball season getting underway. Ice Guys 7 days a week, Monday to Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern, Saturday and Sunday, noon Eastern. And what else am I missing? Those are the main two things for sure. But yeah, check out all of that. Good luck, Jimmy. Good luck to everyone in the chat. And we'll see you on Thursday on Betting with the Bag.
I look forward to it. There he is, Ian Cameron. Our next guest also dominating here on our show. He's had 4 shows with us. The worst show that he has had with us was 2-2 -0.25 units. He's 14-5 plus 8.4 units through 4 shows with us. Without further ado, let's bring on our next guest, currently ranked 2nd out of 31 cappers here on NFL Pub Hub, star of Walk-Off Wagers here on Pub Sports Radio, and also star of the Sauce Network, our friend Morgan Spooner in the house. Spoondog, what's happening, man? How are you?
What's happening, Jimmy? I'm doing really well. Excited. That was an awesome Game 7 we got to witness last night in the World Series. Tough for you guys up there up north. They had it right there in their hands a couple different times. I thought there in the 9th, it was just about over. Rojas with an amazing game. Just so many just great performances. Great way to cap it off. I was excited to see that with some money on the Dodgers.
Yeah, no, I'm not ready to talk about it. Let's move on. 1 p.m. Eastern, Chicago Bears 4-3, 2-2 on the road at Cincinnati Bengals 3-5, 2-2 at home, Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. We've already set this one up. Spooner, take it away, your plan of attack.
Yeah, so you guys touched on it here. Bengals a little bit banged up there at the quarterback position. But when you got a quarterback that's pushing his 40s, he's always going to be banged up. I think what he offers to this offense is really just a different level than what they had with their other backup there in Browning. And I think the Bengals are going to be able to rely on their running game a little bit more. The Bears are banged up there defensively on that line. And the Bengals with the last few games, I mean, they've been running the ball so much more efficiently. They haven't been running it a lot, but if they try to rely on that a little bit, this is a big game for them. You look at the Bears, the Bengals, these rosters at the end of the season, I expect the Bengals to have a better record. And the Bears are coming in winning 4 of their last 5. This Bengals team obviously beat up. I think this is one of those just buy low categories on the Bengals, and you're still selling high on the Bears, even though they lost last week. Tickets, money have been on the Bears for the majority of the week. This line has gotten up to 3. That's where I'm on it at. I just think this is a ton of value with the Bengals team that I think has the better roster. I think if they weren't facing their injuries, this line would still be a pick 'em. I think it's really key that it never crossed that field goal key number of 3, and I'm happy to get the 3. So that's where I'm at in this game.
It's an exciting angle. Because all we've heard all week is one-way traffic on the Bears. There's no doubt about the fact that this is a buy low spot on the Bengals. It's an exciting angle. I can't wait to watch because you're going heads up also with Troy Torrance. Like it's Bengals +3 -115. I understand it. The Bears on the road have looked atrocious. The Bears at home are must back. I mean, we just watched what Huntley did to the Bears. I mean, it's just it's a spot that I'm very nervous about as well. DG is with you. He says, go Bengals. There's our guy, Gorky, in the house. Gorky going to be headlining this jamboree here. Let's talk about our next spot on the board for our guy, Spooner. It's another game we've already set up. Acrisure Stadium, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The Steelers hosting the Colts. Take it away.
So this is the toughest one for me to get to market wise. I try to make sure all my plays really run with the market, and the Indianapolis Colts are just the side I look at this game. I try to pick it either way, and I can only get there with the Colts. And it seems a lot of people think that way. You have 66% of the tickets, 73% of the cash on the Indianapolis Colts. This line opened 3, brushed 3.5 for a little bit, and came back to 3. So not a ton of movement either way, but I just think it's really tough to go past a 3-point favorite on the road. Like, you think the books have to set themselves up not only for the money they're taking now, but the live money they're going to take once this game starts. And what happens if the Colts get the ball first, go up a touchdown, and you made them 3.5, 4-point favorites already? Now you have to offer Pittsburgh Steelers at home plus 10 in the first quarter, and the books can't really do that. So I think their book hands were kind of tied with moving this line any further than where it was at. And I just think that offers us value in this Colts team. I hear a lot of people trying to get on Steelers, a lot of really sharp people. I personally just can't get there. The Colts have so many weapons right now, different ways to score the ball. Jonathan Taylor opens up so many options in the passing game by just having to sit there and protect against that run every single time in the box. They can run the ball on first down, second, and third. And the offensive weapons they have right now, I think this is a tough spot for the Steelers. Maybe the Steelers can stick with it for a little bit, but I think once the scoring starts, I just don't know how Pittsburgh keeps up. This is Indianapolis Colts for me. I think it's a big deal. They're a 3-point road favorite, and I think it's a big deal it never moved towards the Steelers.
Yeah, this game is, I mean, I've been hearing either side of the fence here, and
I hate being on the other side of Troy on this one. I know he's on the Steelers. That made me uncomfortable.
Troy's going to be at this football game as well. At this game, I forgot that he'd mentioned it. It's been a intense week of action. Yeah, he did, Gorky. My bad. So we have Troy boots on the ground at this football game as well. That's great. Now, my dude, obviously Stevenson's going to help, but I guess my dude, one team's trash is another team's treasure, I guess, with Gardner Johnson. If you think that the best, maybe Texans defense is too good for him and he had to find a shit defense to play for. But I don't, if you watched Gardner Johnson play, there's a reason why he was let go by the Texans, but maybe you just need a fresh start. Maybe he just needs a fresh start. Let's move on to the next spot on the board. Broncos, Texans, Energy Stadium in Houston, Texas. Another game that we have set up, Spooner, and I'm very excited to hear your action and give me more confidence. Take it away.
Yeah, I got Texans money line minus 122 right here. Denver Broncos, Houston Texans. All you can do is sell high on the Denver Broncos right now. I mean, all they do every single week right now is go out there and win, but they're not beating the best of the teams. And we look at Houston Texans right now. This team's playing pretty well. They've played a lot tougher opponents. I think if we switch schedules, the Houston Texans record looks a lot better. And we get CJ Stroud at home. You've already mentioned it a few times during this stream, how much more we trust him here. He's coming off a good game, just an ability to build confidence, stack some good performances together. Makes it all that much easier with the Denver Broncos secondary missing their best cornerback. Houston Texans getting some weapons back into their offense with Nico Collins. I think this really sets up for just Texans to get a win here. I don't really have a ton of interest in laying the points. 122 was available at DraftKings last night. I don't think it's moved that much, maybe a few cents. I don't think it's worth going down to that minus 110 and having to lay that extra point. I think this game could come down to a little bit of a defensive battle. The Denver Broncos still have one of the better defenses in the league, but maybe it doesn't look as sharp without their best cornerback there. If Texans are able to open this game up, I don't think the Broncos are going to be able to score on this Texans defense. They've shown us over and over again this season that they have the ability to stop some really good offenses, and I don't really have the Broncos in that class right now. There's a lot of ways I can get there with the Texans, and the market doesn't do anything to keep me off this. Denver's had the majority of the tickets and money all week. Here now, Sunday morning, 53%, 52% of the cash on Denver. Those numbers have dwindled quite a bit. They were in the 60s here just yesterday, Friday. So some sharp money coming in Houston, or some late money coming in, not necessarily sharp, but I think this is a great spot to be in Houston. It works for me X's and O's wise. It works for me market wise. I think we're selling high on a Denver team that a lot of people want to keep riding.
I'm right with you on this one. Right with you here. That was Texans Broncos. Let's move on to the game of the week. But first off, shout out to our nasty Nate, who's going to be at the Patriots game. He's there as we speak, a day drinking at Gillette Stadium. So we got Troy Acrisher. We have nasty Nate at Gillette Stadium. I love it. Let's talk about Highmark Stadium now. Orchard Park, New York, 49 Fahrenheit clear, 3 mile per hour winds. These Chiefs 5-3, 1-2 on the road. Bills 5-2, 3-1 at home. And I just love this spot so much. The optics, of course, Ed Oliver's out. Now Shaq Thompson is out. A lot of talk about how depleted this Bills defense is, but I cannot wait to watch first-round pick Maxwell Hairston get more than 44% of the snaps like he got last week. He looked very good. He graded out very, very high. I can't wait to see what Ogunjobi does. I can't wait to see what Hoyt does. These are 310-pound, 6'5", 6'6" beasts on the defensive rush, and they need them. We've talked about how small they are, and Bills, nobody cares about what they did to the Panthers, but it was off of a bye. This team is coming together, and I want to sell the Chiefs high on the road, and this is just a wonderful opportunity to do just that. This total is a 52.5. It's now a 53. That happened 8 minutes ago, so this total has climbed. The look ahead was 51.5. It reemerged Sunday night at 51.5, and now we just got to a 53. So this total is climbing. I really don't agree with that either. I wonder if it's getting to a point where we want to fade it. The line has been moving towards the Bills. This look ahead was 1.5, and then it reemerged at 1. But we saw that this moved to 2, and I got the 2.5 at -114. Now we're back at a 1, and maybe it's not a real 1 because the Chiefs -1 is -123. When we get to the cash flow here, the Bills have 53% of the tickets and 65% of the cash. So there's obviously big bets that are turning this closer to a pick 'em on the Bills. 54% of tickets on the over, 54% cash on the over. Take it away, my man.
Yeah, Buffalo Bills, Kansas City Chiefs. Ton of eyes going to be on this game, and the same story here. Buy low, sell high. Kansas City Chiefs off 3 wins in a row. A lot of people were questioning this team a little bit there after that Jacksonville loss, but the Bills, who wants to back this team right now? They just lost to New England. They lost to Atlanta, and they come off a bye, get Carolina. I think coming off a bye a week ago is a really good thing to have in your pocket, because when you're the Buffalo Bills and you have Carolina after the bye, you have time on that bye week to focus on what's coming next. You have time to focus on the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a huge game for this Buffalo Bills team. You get this game at home. I think that's huge. During the course of the stream here, I was looking at it. You could get at ESPN Bet the 2.5 -115 still with the Buffalo Bills. When you first opened, it's now down to -1.5, -115, a whole point of movement during the show. And if we look at the splits, just Friday, Saturday morning, Kansas City had 87% of the cash, 63% of the tickets. And now we look over at where the cash is at now. 53% of the tickets on the Buffalo Bills, 65% of the cash on the Buffalo Bills. Ton of late money has come in on this Buffalo Bills team, and that line is moving. I wouldn't be surprised to see this closer to a pick as we actually get to this game now. I think the Bills on paper can hang with Kansas City in any stadium. But when we move this at home, you get that home crowd environment. There's so much added to that. Kansas City's got to fly across the country to get over here. I think this is a great spot for the Buffalo Bills. I like how it sets up market-wise. I like seeing that late cash, that late movement coming in on Buffalo. And I think this is one of the few times this season where we get a decent price on the Buffalo Bills. This is normally such a public team, but coming off those losses and just beating one bad team, this has got to be Buffalo Bills for me.
I'm right with you. Let's talk about the final spot on the board for you here. It is our Sunday nighter. We have our Sunday night live stream right here on Pub Sports Radio. Seahawks 5-2, 3-0 on the road. Commanders 3-5, 2-1 at home. Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland, 54 Fahrenheit clear. 3-mile-per-hour winds. Julian Love is not returning. There was some thought that maybe he could come back, but he's still out with the hamstring injury, and that is a big loss. Terry McLaurin out for the Commanders. Let's take a look at this line history. We have the Washington Commanders +3 at -112. The look ahead was a 3 as well. Reemerged Monday morning a little after midnight at that 3. This became a 3.5 for Monday into Tuesday, and then it got back down to a 3. Right now, this 3 is juiced towards these Commanders. And on a look from the total side of things here, Spooner, we have a 48 opened up, or the look ahead was a 46, opened up on Monday afternoon at 46.5, and it's climbed up to 48. And we get to the cash flow: 57% of the tickets, 54% of the cash on the Seahawks, 57% of the tickets on the over, 51% of cash on the under. Take it away.
Yeah, you talk about that movement. The book I like to track here is Circa, and with 87% of the tickets, 89% of the cash on Seattle, they moved it to 2.5 for Seattle, -115 and -105 for Washington. And that's where it's sat since yesterday. I think that's a huge move from one of the sharpest books in the lands, and that right in front of all that cash. That's really all I need to see. The money has come down from where it was, like we see with a lot of games. Washington taking some later cash, but I think this is a team that's banged up, playing at home. Huge game, gets to be on primetime TV. Probably their only primetime game left this year. They have their young running back, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt there. I think he sets up well against the Seattle Seahawks defense. I think they have enough weapons offensively to be able to put some points on the board. I think this is going to be a low-scoring event. I see this line has moved up from that 46. I don't necessarily agree with this, but I think this game is going to be within one score for the majority of this game. And I think the Commanders at home find a way to pull this out. I really love the way the market presents itself, and really a sharp book like that moving a full half point from a 3 to 2.5 at home. It's just the opposite effect of why I wanted to be on the Colts earlier. Like, they never went the opposite way, and they did here. So I think this is a prime just tell, like you're in a poker game, that this is a Washington side. I don't have any faith in this Seattle team to really open this game up. Maybe they win this, but I don't think it's by more than a field goal.
I was the opening line to me was shocking. And I knew that it was going to immediately get all of the Seattle money. You know, they had the chance to open it at a line where they wouldn't get Seattle money, 3.5 or a 4, or open it at a number where they were going to get a ton of Seattle money. And so I was scared off of the Seahawks, who I think are clearly the better football team. The line didn't make sense to me. Now, Troy Torrance is on the Seahawks, and I know many people who are on the Seahawks, but this was...
Good luck with your action in that 49ers game. I spent so much time going back and forth with that one. I would really have likened to find a way to get there with the Giants, but I just don't have the faith. I think this is one of those opportunities where they're going to find themselves down early, and you're going to get a much bigger number to be able to back them. But good luck with that one. I think you're on the right side. I just couldn't find a way to pull the trigger myself, especially seeing just... If it was just Mac Jones out there, you didn't have Purdy available to back up. So, like, the big thing was the Giants' pass rush is so effective. And if they can get to an injured Mac Jones, this could be a really good spot for the Giants to be able to take advantage of that. But if that happens, they're immediately just going to turn the ball over to Purdy. And now we have the script we didn't want from the start. And I just struggled with it. Everybody, good luck with your action today. Running really hot. I want to keep it going. Let's get some more cash. Everybody on Pub Hub's running hot. Good luck. Stacks is up next. Can't wait to hear it.
I love it. There he is, our guy Spooner in the house. Commanders +3, Bills +2.5, Texans money line, Colts -3, Bengals +3. My man, the pipe layer in the house. Thank you guys for joining us here, NFL Pub Hub. Let's bring on our next guest, and we've been watching him deliver in NBA. We had a tough Friday, but he has been excellent over the course of the season, and I know he's going to be excellent here on this show. One show does not a season season make. We had our next guest here on week 2. It wasn't the best week for him, and I'm looking forward to watch him bounce back right here. Again, a week does not a season make. Please welcome your next guest, star of the Stacks play of the day, our guy Justin McKelie.
Stacks, 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 stacks.
Justin, what's good, man? How are you?
Pretty good. How you?
I'm pumped up, man. I'm trying not to think about. I'm trying to only think about football. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, me too.
Let's roll, my man. We start with Colts Steelers. You are in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I can't wait to hear this breakdown. Take it away.
Yeah, it took me longer. When I first seen it, I wanted to be on the Steelers all along, but I waited and waited, and then it moved up from 3 to 3.5. And then living out here in Pittsburgh, all I've been doing is hearing Terrell Austin, the defensive coach for the Steelers, and he's talking a little more than usual. And I think this defense sucks. Like, they're old, and I don't have that much faith in them. But I ain't gonna say they're gonna stop Jonathan Taylor. I'm still not impressed with Daniel Jones, but I think they could do enough to keep me under 3.5. Not a chance in hell I'd be on the money line for the Steelers, but plus 3.5, Stacks play today #1. And I just think with Tomlin and Austin, get the troops together. I'm not bought into this Colts defense. So I feel like Aaron Rodgers, DK could have a big game. I just think 3.5 is off a lot for a desperate team when everybody coming down on his defense, everybody coming down on Tomlin. Like, I think it's a good spot. Outside of all the trends, y'all done Tomlin, ATS, back-to-back losses at home. I ain't got to get into all that. Y'all know that. But to me, it's just more about this defense slowing this offense down. I think they could do enough to keep me inside this number.
You are in business here. The Steelers plus 3.5 at -110. We move on to your next spot on the board. A game we have yet to talk about. Gillette Stadium, Foxborough, Massachusetts, where our guy Nasty Nate is right now. 52 Fahrenheit, sunny, 6-mile-per-hour winds. Let's take a look at this injury report. It's not good for the Falcons. Storm Norton, Billy Bowman are out. But, and this is a important but, and Zach Harrison out as well. Leonard Floyd, their edge rusher, safety Jesse Bates, edge rusher Jalon Walker are all questionable and expected to play at this point. And that would be very big. Just this Patriots injury report's a thing of beauty for Patriot fans. Just Ramondre Stevenson is on it. Let's take a look at this line history here. We have our guy Justin moving on a player prop here in Falcons Patriots. Let's get this one set up. This totals of 45.5. It opened up at 45, dropped down to 44.5, and climbed up to 45 from a spread perspective. And this one was timed perfectly by Troy. He waited till the 6 was around, and he attacked it. Right now, the look ahead was 3, and it got down to 2.5. Reemerges Sunday night at 4.5, climbs up to 6.5. This was a 6.5 on Tuesday, down to 6, down to 5, down to 4.5, and then back up to 5. So this was a 4.5 earlier this morning. Penix is back. I'm interested in backing the Falcons here at this price, but I have yet to pull the trigger. And maybe after hearing your breakdown, I may. 58% of the tickets, 52% of the cash on the Patriots. Then we have 63% of the tickets, 64% cash on the under. Justin, take it away, my man.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I think this is a really good spot for my Falcons. I wouldn't dare make it official. I did bet them twice. I bet a money line plus 190 and the spread. No, I'm not making it official. Wouldn't dare it. I don't trust my team that much. But what I did bet is Bijan Robinson over his receiving yards. And the reason why over 37.5 -114. And the reason why I like only his receiving yards is because these linebackers are sus against the running back position. When it comes to receiving yards, excuse me, you can't run against this team. And Robinson coming off of back-to-back rough games. I think Penix back and Robinson be able to run or receive against this team. I think this is an excellent spot for him. I don't want to be on his rushing yards because, like I said, it's hard to run against this Patriots team. I think Penix back, going to get him back into the action, dink and dunk. He's going to have a big game receiving. He's probably going to have more receiving yards than rushing yards. So they're like the bottom 5 against the running back position on receiving yards in the league. So I like this spot for B-Rob. over 37.5 receiving yards.
Yeah, I see it. It makes a ton of sense here. Robinson over 37.5 receiving yards. All our guy Swish in the house. He's got Austin Hooper anytime touchdown plus 550. Playing against Atlanta, former team that drafted him. Could see Vrabel load something up. I get it. And we also have top set on the Falcons. I think I might move on the Falcons here. I think I might. We have MMA Locker Room on Pitts over 4.5 receptions at plus 110 as well. So let's roll on to our next spot on the board. This is a double up spot, total and player prop. Vikings, Detroit Lions in Ford Field in Detroit, Michigan. I wanted the overall. I said it on Tuesday. I wanted it, but I also wanted a sign from the books, and I wasn't getting it, and I was waiting, and I timed this terribly. I saw it go up to 48.5, and I do this often. I kind of panic, and I should have just stayed, just kept watching it, because now it's back at the 47.5. I think that 47 is the key number here. So, I mean, maybe it's not the worst thing. I do have the first half over 23.5. Let's take a look at the cash flow then for this spot. 56% of tickets, 57% of cash on the under. At least there's no flat 47, so that would make me very uncomfortable. And then 90% of the tickets and 87% of cash on the Detroit Lions. Justin, you have total and player prop. Take it away.
Yeah, this line, I'm surprised. Like, I'm also on the over, but I got over 48.5, and I like the number, so I'll keep that number. But I got a juice to like minus 113. And I just think this Lions team at home, like, they torched this Vikings team, like, every year at the crib. Then at the crib this year, they scored over 100 points so far. But mainly with this number, what I noticed is with McCarthy back, I think he got a lot to prove. And it's going to lead to my second plot. But I think they're going to help out a lot. A lot of people are on Detroit. I couldn't be on Detroit full game. I couldn't be on Detroit nothing, actually. I just think this is a nice little spot for the Vikings. I haven't bet it, but I'm probably going to look to get in there live unless LJ come and change my whole mind. But I just think there's going to be a lot of points. I don't know why the line's moving against me. I'm not concerned about it moving against me. It's a little bit, but I just don't understand how it went down. Like this morning, after I sent it to you, I sent a 47.5. And I was like, damn. I thought I waited too late because it was going up. And then as soon as I bet it, it was like they was like, oh yeah, he bet it. Let's move back down now. And I swear that's what happened. But I love this because even if I am wrong and Detroit blows them out, Vikings ain't gonna just roll over. They're gonna keep fighting. They're gonna have to score deep shots. You can take advantage of this back end of this Detroit Lions team. So I think they're gonna help me out. Give me 3 touchdowns, we'll get there. And also with McCarthy back, last 2 games, Justin Jefferson, he ain't sniffed 80 points. In the third game against the Browns, he had 123. But McCarthy, that's going to be his go-to guy. I'm on Justin Jefferson, 80-plus yards at plus 108. And I think he goes for 100 today. All right, in the Dome, McCarthy's first game, he's off injury. He ain't going to be able to scramble too much. He ain't going to have much time to pass. They're going to come after him. But however the game skip you look at it, it's going to have to be Justin Jefferson. Whether they're up big or they're down big, Jefferson's going to have to bring them back. Deep shots, outs, and Addison. But if you looked at the games before McCarthy, Addison wasn't really his target. Jefferson was his guy. Now McCarthy's back. Who else going to make you look better besides Justin Jefferson? So I love this play. 80-plus yards, plus 107. Plus 108, my fault.
Plus 108, yeah. And Donut Silk's liking it too, says backup free safety in for Detroit. Donut Silk says, I think Jefferson gets one over the top today. So he's
monster game today.
Anytime touchdown for Donut Silks, 80-plus receiving yards for Justin McKelvey. We move on to Chiefs Bills. Highmark Stadium, Orchard Park, New York. You're tackling this in a different way, in an interesting way. So take it away.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm on both sides because not official, but I did bet the Bills. I got them in a parlay with the Texans money line. But what I'm on is Patrick Mahomes. And that stack's played number 2. I'm on his 30-plus rushing yards at minus 107. And this is how I look at it. I feel like at some point in time, they're going to be needing him to rush. Without Pacheco there, and you got Buffalo Bills, they're the bottom 5 against rushing quarterbacks. Everyone that goes against them rush. So Mahomes going to have to do a little bit more, losing Pacheco. I think with Rice back, Rice going to stretch out the defense. And as soon as Mahomes sees the back of the jersey, he's going to run. So I love this play. I think you could ladder him. You could have got under. It was like 28.5. I pushed it to third. I think he's going to be big day rushing. If Pacheco was in there, I probably wouldn't. But with Ray Rice in there, stretch this defense out. I love this play, especially when they're bottom 5 against the quarterback in the rushing yards. So that's what got me there.
I like it. I can't wait to watch these two quarterbacks get at it this afternoon, 4:25 p.m. Eastern. The final spot on the board for stacks is Seahawks Commanders, Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. We've already set this one up, and here you're attacking it through the player prop angle. So let's hear the move. Justin, floor is yours.
And I kind of like what Spoon was saying because I'm close to. I didn't know Troy was on Seattle. That worries me, but I'm real close to the Commanders on the side. I think Seattle's going to be playing from behind. The only thing is they're excellent on the road. But I think the best wide receiver in the game, at least top 3, is JSN. I think he's going to get in the end zone. I think he's going to have a big game. He's going to go for 100. His props, his receiving prop was, on my book, was over 98.5. So it ran me off there. I'm on his anytime touchdown. Now, when I got this anytime touchdown, it was minus 110. It's the first time ever playing an anytime touchdown for minus money. Like, I'm used to plus money. So that tells me alone the books know they're going to score. There's no defense in the back end. I think they're going to be playing from behind. I like this commander spot. So even if they're not playing from behind, if they're winning, it's going to be because of JSN. And if they're losing, JSN going to get in the end zone. I love this receiver. I liked him in Ohio State. I like him now. And I like him even better on the road because this is where I ain't going to know if they got the better record as far as at home. But this is where you want the Seahawks on the road. I just think it's a bad spot for them today. But JSN going to get in the end zone. Anytime touchdown, minus 110.
Jackson Smith-Njigba, anytime touchdown at minus 110 for Justin McKelvey. Mahomes rush yards 30 plus a minus 107. Jefferson 80 plus receiving yards at plus 108, and the over 48.5, which we're in together. Bijan Robinson over 37.5 receiving yards in Falcons, Patriots, and the Steelers plus 3.5 at minus 110 for Justin McKelvey. Thank you so much for making time for us, my man. I want everybody to support our guy Justin on X. He puts stacks out every single day, and he's just a huge part of our crew and our community, and we love capping with him. And you can catch him on Betting with the Bag as our NBA expert. Here is his X handle. Hit it and support our guy. Justin, any last words for the Capper Sporting Show?
No, thanks for having me. Let's have a day.
Let's go get it. There he is, Justin McKelvey in the house. We go from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we head up north to Nova Scotia, Canada. Those of you rocking with our live streams have seen this man deliver, and he's done the same thing here. This will be his 3rd appearance. This is his 1st year on our show. Week 2, he went 2-2. Week 3, he went 2-2. Week 5, he went 3-3. But if you've watched him on our live streams, you know that he's hammering plus money spots. So he is 5-5 plus 1.05 units here on the show. And I can't wait to watch him rock right now. So please, without further ado, welcome our guy, Salty Pete, in the house. Salty Pete, what's happening, man? How are you?
Hey there, Jimmy. Good to see you. Hello, everyone in the chat. It's Sunday. It's going to be a day. Looking forward to it. Some great games on the slate today. Looking forward to checking out how everyone's action unfolds. But I got a few spots here that I'm looking at.
I'm looking forward to hear it. We also have the race for the $1,000 bonus from Harbor Acres Cottages for the most perfect weeks in our Cappers contest heating up right now. It was such a great call by you, Pete, to change it into the whoever accumulates the most perfect weeks. It's been an extremely fun bonus.
Yeah, it's a great race. We're looking forward to seeing that get paid out to the sharpest capper there. It's gonna be great.
It's fun. Let's roll, my man. Colts Steelers, Acrisure Stadium. This is a very, very interesting game. We have cappers on either side of the fence. Can't wait to hear your breakdown. Take it away.
Yeah, and appreciate everyone's looks at this game. For me, it's Colts. The Steelers secondary is where I'm drawing my concerns as far as injuries. You know, they got 3 safeties out, a linebacker. And those 3 safeties are their 3 best rated safeties on the squad. So when you look at what Indy does on offense and Daniel Jones' miraculous revelation that he actually can throw the ball down the field. I think that the Colts have enough to get away with a field goal win in this spot. The only concern is the Steelers pass rush. They always bring a strong pass rush, but man, if Jones can get the ball away, when you look at the Steelers coverage number, it's horrible. So I like the look that folks had in a high scoring game. I don't know what the offensive line for the Steelers is going to be able to do to make Aaron Rodgers comfortable in his cozy pocket back there. I don't think it's going to be as much as he'd like. And so yeah, I'm on Indy -3. I got that at -110. So I'm not sure if the juice has changed on that a bit.
It's right around there still. Colts minus. Well, it's moved a little bit in the Colts direction, but you can still find them. Colts -3 at -110 for Salty Pete, which takes us to Nashville, Tennessee, Nissan Stadium, where the Titans are hosting the LA Chargers, and Salty Pete is moving on a player prop here. So take it away, Pete. Floor is yours.
Lad McConkey over 5.5 receptions, and I got that at -105. I think it's going to be a scoring game, both sides. And when you look at his performance in the last number of games, he's had 6, 9, 7, and 5. I don't see why he shouldn't have quite a few touches in this game. So straight up in this game is just Lad McConkey over 5.5 receptions, -105.
Lad McConkey over 5.5 receptions, -105 here for Salty Pete, which takes us into Sunday Night Football. Landover, Maryland, hosting Commanders, Seahawks. Take it away.
I'm rolling with Troy on the side here. I like Seattle in this spot. And, both teams have elite special teams numbers as far as PFF is concerned. But when you look at, Darnold is rated at 1 and Jackson Smith and Jigba is rated as the second best wideout in the NFL going into week 9 here. Put those two guys together. I think that's enough against a Commanders team that has horrible coverage numbers and a mediocre pass rush. I think he's going to get the ball out. I think he's going to do it frequently, and I think that he's going to do it enough to win this game. And and who they're going up against? Marshawn Lattimore. He's going to bring his walker on the field and try. Come on, this guy. He was great at one time. Now up against his old team. Now I like Seattle -3, -110.
You are in business. So those are the single spots. Colts -3, McConkey over 5.5 receptions, Seahawks -3, which leads us towards your 4-team 5.5 point teaser. So show us how you're getting paid on this one.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a long shot. I'm breaking all the rules on this. I called it a no play because I'm crossing 0 every single time. I don't necessarily buy into that logic, but here's what I done. 5.5 point teaser, 4-leg. First leg, Chicago +3. Second leg, Dallas +2.5. Third leg is Seattle +2.5. And Indianapolis +2.5 for the final leg. That comes in at +260. And for transparency's sake, I am making that just a recreational bet. But I feel good enough about it to put it official on the show here as well. So so that'll be a little bit of fun to see if crossing that 0 4 times will pay off at the end of the day.
Chicago +3, Dallas +2.5, Seattle +2.5, Indianapolis +2.5 at +260, Seattle -3 at -110, McConkey over 5.5 receptions, Colts -3 for our guy Salty Pete, who has gotten us the $1,000 bonus from Harbor Acres Cottages, which we are really excited about and very thankful to Harbor Acres Cottages for adding this huge $1,000 exciting bonus to our contest. So thank you to everybody at Harbor Acres Cottages, Pete. I'm going to pop Salty Pete's X handle here in the chat. Hit that link, support our guy who supports us, and watch him rock here on NFL Pub Hub and on our NFL live streams. Pete, thank you for your time, energy, angles. Any last words for the Cappers supporting the show?
Yeah, just have a great day, everyone. Thanks for being there, Jimmy and Jose, and all of the Cappers on the dais today. It was a pleasure.
I love
Thanks.
it. Thank you. AM saying Salty Pete, sharp guy. He is. He adds, Oldie says Salty Pete, a gangster. So a lot of love for our guy, Salty Pete. All right, we roll on. And Dab Fen, to answer your question, no, you are not alone. Spooner gave out the Commanders. So Morgan Spooner is 14-5 on our show this year. Right there is with you right there. Let's bring on our next guest, being a revelation on our live streams. Now, we've only had him here this year, and he was a monster last year when he made his debut with us on NFL Pop-Up. We've only had him on week 4, and it was a rare week where he wasn't cashing these SGPs that we watch him cash on our live streams consistently, frequently. And he's back in business with us right now. One of the stars of our hit show, The Locker Room Talk podcast. Please welcome Just My 2 Cents. TC, what's good, man? How are you?
Jimmy, good morning, my friend. How are you? Shout out to you. Shout out to Jose for giving me the link. I appreciate that. Shout out to Pete. I just seen him on here. Shout out to all the cappers that have been on and will be on after me. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I've seen there's 117 likes already. That is fucking tight. Smash the like if you haven't done so already. And you know what? I need to take a bong rip here because I just not got my mind right. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Cheers, boys. And then I will unleash all this grease on you.
Yeah, unleash the grease. Get that smoke in you, TC. Get it, right now. Get it in you right now. Get that mind right, because we have your first game, and we have heard from cappers on either side of the fence. Highly contentious football game at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Colts, Steelers. TC, your plan of attack.
Well, I have a little bit of bias coming into this one, so I'm staying away from the side. My only biological sibling is a massive Colts fan, so I'm staying away from this one. But I do have action on both sides of the ball. I do have a same-game parlay for Danny Boy. The pipes are calling. And I think old Danny Boy is going to have himself a good day regardless of whether the Colts win or lose. So my first play is this. Daniel Jones, 225 passing yards and 2 passing touchdowns. The Steelers have one of the worst secondaries in the league, and I think he will have himself a bit of a day. But, Jimbo, don't look now, but the Indianapolis Colts do not have the best secondary in the world. They've given up 14 passing touchdowns. I think they're going to give one up today to DK Metcalf. So I have DK Metcalf anytime touchdown plus 140. I don't know what kind of a day old discount double check is going to have. This Colts don't have a great secondary, so I can see him potentially having some success. But the Steelers O-line, I don't know, man. But I think DK is still a very serious threat, and I think he has a good chance to catch that one. So that is my action for this first game.
225 plus and 2 passing touchdowns for.
I'm sorry, the odds for that are plus 110. I can't remember if I said that or not, but then DK anytime touchdown is plus 140.
You are in business, which takes us to Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, for game 2 of our guy, Just My 2 Cents, 3-game slate. Jaguars, Raiders, your plan of attack.
I got to take another one before I say this publicly because I need a little courage.
Get that smoke in you. TC, get that smoke.
Got to clear the binger real quick, boys. Cheers. Happy Sunday morning. This might sound a little wild to say, but Jacksonville Jaguars, another team, do not have a good secondary. This is a little greasy. I definitely don't feel good inside about it, but for some reason, I feel like it has a chance to hit. Give me Geno Smith, 2+ passing touchdowns, plus 102. I don't necessarily think the Raiders are going to win, but I think he can. Throw a couple strikes into the end zone. That's my sole look on this game. A little plus money, feels a little sneaky, definitely feels greasy.
Oh, the whole season's on the line here after the bye. I mean, if they go 2-6, just let go. So this is an important game for Geno Smith. And when we came into the year, it was all the talk about Geno's, Pro Bowl type numbers indoors. We haven't seen it all year. Do we see it off the bye? He sure needed it.
I think so. He's like a bag fumbler, man. So I could see him having a good game and the Raiders still losing a heartbreaker or something. But I think he can get 2 in there.
Let's move on to the final spot on the board, which is the Commanders hosting Gino's old team, the Seattle Seahawks. We're at Northwest Stadium. How are you getting paid here?
This is another theme. This is a bit of a system play for me. Commanders have a incredibly porous secondary. Here it is. Sam Darnold, 225 plus passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns, plus 114.
Plus 114.
Again, dude, I don't know, win or lose. Like, I don't like the Seahawks going all the fucking way back across the country to the Commanders, but I just kind of think the Seahawks are the better team. Jaden Daniels, I don't really know what kind of day he's going to have. It's just more of a question mark for me, but I get their secondary fucking sucks. That is not a question. I think Sam Darnold will get off and get that cash for me.
You are locked and loaded. We have the star of the Locker Room Talk podcast right here. Just my 2 cents. He's on Sam Darnold, 225 plus passing yards and 2 passing touchdowns, plus 114. Geno Smith, 2 passing touchdowns at plus 102. DK Metcalf, anytime touchdown, plus 140. And Danny Dimes, 225 plus passing yards and 2 passing touchdowns at plus 110. Our guy TC in business. TC, before you go, what is the week ahead in the UFC for the Locker Room Talk podcast?
Boys, we are back in Vegas. It is UFC Vegas 111. We are coming off UFC Vegas 110. Shout out to everybody that stopped through the stream, man. It was a good time. I actually ended up breaking even, so I didn't have the worst night in the world. I will definitely take that as opposed to a big old loss. But we are back in the Apex. It is headlined by Gabriel Bonfim and Randy Brown. So a fight that you would normally think would be like on the prelims of a pay-per-view, but this is the state we're in. But I'm looking forward to it, man. There's some good fights on the card. Adrian Yanez is back, so shout out to him. And shout out to all you guys, man, everybody that came through. We will be back with another episode of the Locker Room Talk podcast, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, right here at Post Sports Radio. So looking forward to seeing y'all there. And, yeah, shout out to all my homies on the cast, man. Billy, Mills, Joey, Big Show, of course, and everybody that's been supporting, man. And yeah, sign up for the contest too. Shout out to Swig for running the contest. The contest is still up, members only, but if you are a member, still a chance to win a cash prize. And everybody that doesn't already know, silver and gold members, get your fucking asses up in that Discord and cap. You can basically do it 24/7 now, man. So if you are a silver and gold member and don't already have it, holler at one of the boys to get the invite. I think Big Show and somebody else has it, but yeah, holler at them. And shout out to the whole pub, man. Smash the like. Appreciate it, Jimmy. Jose, thanks for the link. Kick ass today, boys. Let's fucking get it.
Let's go. Just my 2 cents in the house. Let's bring on our next guest. 24-19 here on the show, plus 3.55 units. Currently ranked 4th out of 31 cappers that we've had here on the show. But it's more than that. Every once in a while, this is the second of the year, our next guest has a mortgage bet. And these mortgage bets cash at an enormously high ROI. And he's here to deliver a mortgage bet for us. It's one game, and he's attacking it multiple ways, but one of the ways is the mortgage bet. Please welcome from Houston, Texas, LJ from Htown.
From down south, where we ride on flair. From down south, where we ride on flair.
LJ, what's good, man? How are you?
I'm great, Jimmy. I am sitting back, chilling, ready to cash some big money today. So I'm ready to attack it.
Well, we head to Ford Field in Detroit, Michigan. We have already set up this game. This is the lone game that LJ is attacking, and he is attacking it with fervor. Let's hear it, my man. Take it away. You can start with the mortgage bet or close with the mortgage bet. However you want to handle things, take it away.
No, we're going to start off with the mortgage bet of the day, Jimmy. And like you said, these situations don't come along very often, guys. And I had this game circled right after the Cleveland mortgage bet when Detroit smashed them earlier in the season. And I was tracking the Vikings to see how were they going to do when they get up to this point, Jimmy. And this can be much more of a beautiful thing that we've ever had. I mean, Detroit coming off their bye versus a team on a 2+ game losing streak, having to go back to an injured quarterback. Defense is just horrible. I mean, Jimmy, this is spectacular. So hey, let's start it off, Jimmy. First half, -5.5, -110 is what I have for the Detroit Lions, averaging 4.5 points in the first half, 58 points total. They have scored their last 4 games in the first half. What has the Vikings done? First half, they've only scored 22 points total in their last 4 games in the first half, averaging 5.5 points, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you can't run the ball. You don't have good time of possession, only averaging the ball 27 minutes, and you've given up 12 turnovers so far on the season. So that is just a recipe for disaster, in my opinion, for a team that's running the ball 132 yards a game, red zone 10 of 14. So when they get in the red zone, they score, Jimmy. And Detroit has the ball 31 minutes time of possession, averaging 30 points a game. So this leads up to a spectacular smash spot for me. I've been anticipating this, like I mentioned, a couple of weeks. So I'm ready to get paid today. And all of you that's following me today, no worries, guys. Sit back, pour you a drink, kick your feet up on your recliner, and let the Detroit Lions cash us in, guys. Believe me, they are going to take care of business today. Now, let's get to the props, Jimmy, because I have a lot of guys that's going to definitely show out today. So let's start off with Jared Goff, Jimmy. 2+ touchdowns plus the win. We're going to take that at a -140, simply because Jared Goff is 12-1 to the 2+ touchdowns versus the division at home in his last 13 games. And he owns these Vikings, Jimmy. 8-0 against the spread versus the Vikings since Dan Campbell has been the coach. So I think Jared Goff has a good day today. So who's he throwing the ball to, Jimmy? Let's start off with a good old guy on St. Brown touchdown plus the win at +104, simply because St. Brown, he's 3-1 to the touchdown in his last 4 games versus the Vikings, and he's 7-3 to the touchdown at home in his last 10 games. Now, I did mention that the Vikings have a horrible run defense, Jimmy. They're giving up 130 yards rushing a game, 130 plus 4 out of the last 6 games. And Detroit likes to run the ball, Jimmy. So we're definitely going to attack David Montgomery. I'm going to take his touchdown plus the win at -107 because I believe that he's going to get a load of the carries today and attack that weak Vikings rush defense. And we're going to go with Jahmyr Gibbs, Jimmy. I think he's going to have a great day today. So we're going to parlay Gibbs touchdown plus Montgomery's touchdown, and we're going to get a +152. Because Jahmyr Gibbs is 17-3 in his last 20 games to the touchdown at home, 11-2 11-1 in the last 13 to the touchdown overall, Jimmy. And he's had a total of 9 touchdowns in his 4 games in his career versus the Minnesota Vikings. Now, to end it all, Jimmy, I'm going to take a shot at Jared Goff again, because if he's going to get 2 touchdowns, why not take a long shot and get to the 3? Because maybe Sam Laporta gets a touchdown. Hey, maybe Jameson Williams gets a touchdown. Who knows where the ball? You get a touchdown. You get a touchdown. Everybody gets a touchdown. So listen, Jared Goff, 3+ touchdowns, Jimmy, plus the win, +181 is I'm going to take a shot there. And I'm also going to take a shot at the team total, because the Detroit Lions are averaging 20 points in the first half at home, 30+ points at home versus the division, 8 out of their last 10 games, 29+ points, 9 out of the last 11 games. So let's take a shot at that team total over 28.5 -115. And then I'm going to attack it again with Jared Goff, 3+ touchdowns, Jimmy, plus the win, plus 28.5 total points. And that puts me at a +235, Jimmy. And that is how I am attacking this game.
I love it. I love it so much. There was one I missed. What was Montgomery anytime touchdown plus the win?
Minus 107.
Minus 107.
Did you get this one too? Did you get Gibbs touchdown plus the win at minus 120? I don't believe you got that one either.
No, I did not.
Okay.
Sorry, Gibbs touchdown. And I'm going to go over everything here. Plus the win at that was plus 120. So this is what I have. The mortgage bet is the Lions first half minus 5.5 at minus 110. Then we have Goff 2 passing touchdowns and the win at minus 140. We have Amon-Ra St. Brown anytime touchdown plus the win at plus 104. Montgomery anytime touchdown plus the win at minus 107. We have Gibbs anytime touchdown plus the win at plus 120. We have Goff 3 passing touchdowns plus the win at plus 181. Gibbs anytime touchdown. Montgomery anytime touchdown plus 152. Lions team total over 28.5 at minus 115. And Goff 3 passing touchdowns. The win team total over 28.5 at plus 230.
Did you get the Goff touchdown plus the win, 3 touchdowns plus the win at plus 181?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We are locked in, ladies and gentlemen. Like I say, we gonna sit back and let the Detroit Lions cash us in. And hey, I'm gonna sit back and enjoy my riches today and have a good day with the wife because she's gonna be sitting right there next to me enjoying these festivities.
I love it so much, LJ. LJ, thank you for bringing the thunder and bringing the excitement to the show as always and delivering here. Ranked 4th here on Pub Sports Radio. LJ.
If I hit all these, I should be number 1. There's no reason why I should be number 1. So, Babano, I'm on your heels, buddy. I'm on your heels.
Oh, you're the man, LJ. I'll pop your X handle here in the chat. Please support our guy, LJ from Htown. What a guy. Great friend, great capper. And just like Swish, SW15H says, we appreciate you. OG. So thank you for rocking with us, my man. Hit that link and support our guy LJ, and we'll be in touch as always, my friend. I'm looking forward to cheer the mortgage bet on and watch you get that cash. Respect, my man.
Hey, let's get it, guys. And like I always say, let's keep cashing.
Let's go. LJ from Htown firing away. Speaking of winning on this show, our next guest in week 8 went 4-1 plus 2.9 units, focusing on the totals. And this is a market that he has been beating and winning. And we have him back here to rock with us on this very show after an incredible performance last week. 5-2 overall plus 2.8 units here with us on NFL Pub Hub. Please welcome our guy that you rock with, that we rock with in the chat each and every day. We got AM in the house. AM, what's good, man? How are you?
I'm good. I'm ready to rock and roll here. Try to go after the mortgage bet and everything, but I'll do my best. I did want to add one more game. Sure. I forgot to send you. I wanted to add the Vikings Lions. We don't have to, whatever. I'll just bring it up real quick. I'm on the over. I like the over there. That's one thing I forgot to send you. I actually have that as one of the better value plays of the day, so that's why I had to bring that one up.
Oh, I love it. That's music to McKelie in my ears, man. Minnesota, Detroit, over. And what line did you get?
47.5 minus 110.
You are in business, and you timed that better than we did here. First bet on the board for AM is the over 47.5 minus 110. He gave us 5 overs last week, 4 cash. Let's see what he has in store for us. Next up, Falcons, Patriots. Take it away.
Falcons, Patriots. So I know I'm against Troy Torrance. Makes me a little worried here, but I like the under here. I have this projected a bit lower. So I have the under 45 minus 110. You can get better right now, but that's what I had placed when we were doing Bankroll Blitz. So
under 45 at minus 110. Did you get close to a side here? I'm just about to put in a Falcons bet.
I did not actually. I thought the line was actually pretty spot on. I had it projected at 5.3 Falcons. So.
Yeah, I'm the Sixers are pretty cheap right now, and I'm very close to moving on them with the Falcons.
I mean, it's definitely seems like a good buy low spot on the Falcons. It's just, I would like if I was going to place one, I'd probably lean towards the Falcons for sure. I think this is probably going to play out pretty similar to when they played the Bucs. The Bucs are kind of a close team on how they play their defense to the Patriots. They want you to throw on them. They're going to shut down the run. I don't really have too strong of an opinion. I didn't place a bet on the side there, so.
No, it's helpful info, my man. So we have the under 45 at -110 for ATL New England Patriots. Shout out to our guy Nasty Nate live at Gillette Stadium today. Next up is 49ers Giants, MetLife Stadium. We've already set this one up. AM, how you getting paid?
I'm taking the under here. I think it's too many points. I understand, it climbed up a lot right when it opened, but I'm on the under 48.5 -110. I just think it's too high. To be honest, I actually would have leaned under even off the opener. I just wouldn't have bet on it, but once it jumped up, I thought there was value on the under. So
the under 48.5 at -110 in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Next spot for you is this highly contentious Colts Steelers game at Acrisure Stadium, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. What's your plan here?
I'm on the over. Yeah, I think this total's too low. I think we're going to see a bit of a shootout. I kind of agree with the sentiment that everyone said about Steelers defense being pretty weak. But I also think the Colts defense is pretty weak. I have this projected to about 53. I have 53.5 points exactly. So I have an over 49.5 -110.
Over 49.5 here, over 49.5 at -110 for our guy AM, which takes us now to SoFi Stadium, Inglewood, California. I'm praying that you're going to give me confidence on my action. I'm nervous. Take it away, AM. What's your plan?
Yeah. You've talked about it throughout the season. I'm talking about it already. You talk about the business trip. Well, this is the business meeting. The Rams are here to just get their win. They're going to handle business. I honestly think Kyren Williams probably going to have a good day. They're just going to feed him the ball. They know that they can run on the Saints. The Saints aren't really a threat to them. They just want to get their win. So I'm on the under 44.5 -110. Like I said, I think Kyren Williams eats. They probably just feed him the ball half the game. Just want to get the win and get home and keep everyone healthy. So,
I love it. AM, music to my ears.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that under here, which takes us to Allegiant Stadium. This is the final game on AM's card again. 4-1 last week. What's he have in store for us this week? Final spot here, Jags Raiders. Take it away.
Yeah, I got a decent value on this one. I think. From my numbers, this is projected from the best total on the board. I even said that during Bankroll Blitz. That's why you guys got to show up. But I have the under 45.5 -110. I know both teams are off a bye, and Raiders are getting their weapons back. It does concern me a little bit. But just based on how these teams have played, my analysis comes from not just this season, last season. I use a lot of factors, but I have this closer to like 37 points. I think this total is way too high. So, or at least it was. So,
I love it. AM. I have just moved on the Falcons +6 at -113. So I am, and I'm done. That's my action for the week is this set. That was the last one I was looking at. Minnesota, Detroit over 47.5 for AM. The under 45 at -110. The under 48.5 at minus. Oh shit! I'm not even saying the games. The under 45 in Atlanta, New England. The under 48.5 in Niners, Giants. The over 49.5 in Colts, Steelers. The under 44.5 in Saints, Rams. And the under 45.5 in Jaguars, Raiders for our guy, AM. I'm going to pop AM's X handle here in the chat. He's also rocking with us in the Discord. He has been a huge asset to our squad, and we're very excited to be rocking with them and thankful to be rocking with them. AM Sports Picks is the handle. Popping in the chat right now. Hit that link. Support our guy, AM. AM, thank you for your time, energy, and angles. Any last words for the cappers supporting the show?
No, let's have a day. Join the pub crew, get in the Discord. We beat line movements regularly, so get in there. A lot of good cappers. So have a good weekend, guys.
There he is, AM Sports Picks. I like it. Excited to see what he does this week. Let's bring on our next guest. I'm excited to have him back in business with us. Last time he was with us was week 5, and he's another capper who he went 1-1, but that 1-1 was plus 0.45 units. He looks for plus money spots and he attacks them. Also, the star of the Tailgate Medicate Mondays, Betting with the Bag, and our live streams. Please welcome the Goracle to the show. Gorky, what's good, man? How are you?
Hey, brother. Glad to be on with you, man, and all the brothers and sisters out there. And let's get paid, guys.
Let's get paid, Gorky. You start with Broncos, Texans, and we've heard a lot of love for the Houston Texans, and you do not share that love that we have for the Texans today. Take it away.
Absolutely not. The Broncos know how to get it done in tough spots. You go to Philadelphia, you're down 15, you win by 16 or whatever the score was in a quarter. You go home, you beat the Giants by scoring 32 points in the fourth quarter of a game. This team is battle-tested. They know how to win. That offensive line of the Texans, on the other hand, are softer than toilet paper, Jimmy, and they will collapse. They will not be able to keep CJ upright. He may get 2 or 3 tutties, but the Broncos are the side here.
You have moved on Broncos in regulation. And again, our guy Gorky tweets all of the bets that he places out, and I will put his X handle here.
Yes, but you can actually get a better line right now, even at my book, on the money line, including overtime, but I don't think it'll be needed here, so I didn't move on it twice. I'm just telling the people out there that this is how the line has moved. The books see something I don't, but I think I'm on the right side here.
So you moved on Broncos in regulation, and what was the line that you got?
I will just open up my Word document for you here.
Thank you. And while you're doing that, I will set up your next spot on the board. Yeah, I'm going to need the lines. I can grab them off of X too if that's easier for you, whatever you would prefer. But I'd prefer to get them now, right here.
Plus 120, Jim.
Plus 120 here for Broncos in regulation.
That was tweeted out on Monday, I do believe. Tuesday at the latest.
I love it, Gorky. We move on to a money line parlay for you next. It is a 2-team money line parlay, and it starts in Acrisure Stadium at Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So tell us about the first leg of your 2-leg money line parlay.
Look, I just think the Indianapolis Colts are honestly, they can be the best team in the NFL. Jim Irsay from heaven is helping this team more than he did when he was alive. I think when he was alive, guys just took him for granted and took this team as a soft team. But now having a quarterback that can actually throw the ball and should be the franchise quarterback for the next 5 years, in my opinion, Jimmy, the way he's playing, you can't not take the Colts here against the team that should be better than they are in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh just looks soft on both sides of the ball. They have a prima donna first ballot Hall of Famer that's in the twilight of his career, and I think this is the last half of his career.
Colts money line is leg 1 of a 2-leg parlay that will hopefully be cashed on our Sunday night live stream, because leg 2 is in Landover, Maryland, as the Commanders host the Seahawks. Tell us leg 2.
Leg 2 is, well, you guys can probably guess it, Seahawks money line, for similar reasons. That Washington team, I've been on them once this year. They're absolute letdowns, especially on defense and offensively. When you don't have Scary Terry McLaurin, Ohio State product out there. Who's Jaden Daniels gonna throw the ball to? Who's this kid gonna throw the ball to? He can be as good as he wants. He's limited in terms of his weapons.
Yeah, I'm not high on the Commanders. I just thought it was such a suspect line here, but no fear for the Goracle.
Absolutely not.
Colts Seahawks money line parlay, and what did that pay out at?
Plus 130.
Plus 130 here for Colts Seahawks money line parlay, which takes us here to your next spot on the board, Gorky, and it is the game of the day. Chiefs Bills, Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Take it away.
Absolutely. I think you guys can attack this a multitude of ways. I've decided to go Kansas City team total over 27.5 and double my money. So plus 100. And I think that will cash nice and easy midway in the third quarter somewhere, so that I can peacefully watch the fourth and just, admire how good the Kansas City Chiefs can be when they're at full strength on the outside, and in terms of all like their playmaking weapons. Isaiah Pacheco being out, I don't love it, but I think in a weird way, Kareem Hunt is more built for this team. I don't know.
He's looked really good the last couple of weeks.
I didn't say it, but I'm saying it. I wouldn't be surprised if Kareem Hunt gets many touchdowns this season, Jim.
Yeah, he's looked pretty tough, not fumbling the ball. He's looked as good as I've seen him look in a few years here. Chiefs team total over 27.5 at plus 100 for the Goracle. Now, Gorky's the only one talking about the Monday nighter here, AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Let's do a quick update, because there has been a pretty big line move back towards Dallas, because this was a 2.5 for a little while. The look ahead was the Cowboys minus 3.5 at plus 100, and then it moved to a flat 3. It then reemerged Sunday night at that flat 3, and this was a 2.5 all weekend. It was very suspect. How we thought could these Cowboys at home be less than a field goal against the Cardinals? Now we're back at a 3, and this 3's also juiced to minus 118. So it's possible that a 3.5 comes back. We talked about this total. It was so outrageously high. It has come back down. This total, the look ahead was 52.5, and it actually got bet down to 51.5. It closed at 52, and then the games started and it left the board. It reemerged at 52.5, then to 53, then to 53.5, and then this was a 54. A 54, which is a shocking number. It has since come back to 53.5. And when we get to the cash flow for the last spot on the Goracle's board, we have 78% of the tickets and 83% of the cash on the Cowboys, 57% of the tickets on the over, but 70% of cash on the under. And I still have interest in this under, but I haven't moved on it yet. Take it away for us, Gorky. Cards, Cowboys.
Jim, I'm going to take just the first quarter here. I'm going to isolate the first quarter. Dallas minus 1.5 in the first quarter. I'm looking for a touchdown and a stop. Come on. If you have any semblance of a football team defensively, Dallas, this is the spot. You step up, you win the first quarter by 2 points, and we get out winners. If you don't, just I don't know, move to the XFL or petition maybe the CFL and play offense because if you don't get a stop here against Jacoby Brissett in the first quarter, you're not an NFL defense.
Cowboys first quarter minus 1.5. Rob Free, I am on the Giants, and so is Bobano, but I've heard others on the Niners, but I'm a Niners guy and I'm fading them for the second week in a row. Cowboys first quarter -1.5 for you, Gorky. What was the vig there?
Plus 110.
Plus 110 for the Goracle. Cowboys first quarter -1.5 at plus 110. Chiefs team total over 27.5 at plus 100. He has the Colts Seahawks money line parlay at plus 130 and Broncos in regulation at plus 120. Gorky also puts all of his action out on X.
Jim, I just want to say one more thing before I forget, because I have the brain capacity of a bird sometimes, and I get lost mid-sentence sometimes. So if I'm going to play the other 3 quarters of this game, I would probably actually switch sides and move on the Cardinals for the rest of the game. So first quarter Dallas, and then I will probably play money line on Arizona the rest of the way, because Dallas isn't getting 15 stops in this game. Like, they're not going to get 15 stops in this game. They may not win this game, but the first quarter I feel confident in.
Gorky, love your passion, love the depth of your sports knowledge. It is surpassed by nobody. Thank you for rocking with us. I've put your X handle here in the chat. Hit that link and support our guy, the Goracle. Gorky, thank you for rocking with us here on NFL Pub Hub. Any last words for the cappers supporting the show?
Yeah, no, don't worry about following me so much as everybody else on this stream and everybody else in the background, guys. And most importantly, if you follow us every day, get a membership of silver and gold, preferably gold, because that's the way that you help out the family the most. And join us in the Discord. It's really amazing how you actually become betters, guys, by being part of the family properly on this side, and yeah, let's get paid, because that's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line. There he is, the Goracle here, my friend. Don Play, yes, we can answer that question, but we have 8 minutes till kickoff. I just feel like Penix can keep them. There's just too many points. That this is a buy low spot on the Falcons. You're getting weapons back, and with Cousins and no Drake London, of course they're going to get destroyed. Now you get Penix back in, you bring back London. I feel like it's too many points for the Patriots. Very weak strength of schedule. Patriots are a good team. Should they be 6-point favorites? I don't think so. I think it's too many points. And I'd planned all week on moving. It just took a little while. And the line had gone down to 4.5. Then it comes back up to 6, which generally would have made me nervous, but I do like that number here. Let's bring on our next guest. Last week, we've been doing best bets, closing our show with our next guest, the producer of our show, the backbone of our channel. And last week, he crushed New York Jets money line, as well as the New York Jets on the spread. He went 2-1 plus 2.2 units, which makes him now 4-4 plus 1.12 units. And we want him to climb. Please welcome from San Antonio, Texas, Jose Bouquet to the show. Jose, how are you?
I'm viciously hungover right now, Jimmy. Viciously. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I feel that same feeling, but I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about what happened yesterday. Let's get right into the NFL action here for you. And thank you for rocking with us despite the booze baggery that took place last night. We start here, Jose, with the Houston Texans. The Texans hosting the Denver Broncos. Take it away.
Just know, Jimmy, how bad I feel. Helga feels worse. She's the booze bag around here. Shout out to Helga, who obviously is not here, so I could say those things without fear of being revenge being had. But Broncos, Texans here, fishy line. Why are the Texans favored? Give me the Houston Texans full game money line. Minus 130. I got their full game money line. A little fishy. It was minus 135, came down to minus 130, but I'm still on the Texans here, full game money line. I will also quickly mention, Jimmy, you like when I do this, but I bet the Falcons last night plus 4.5 this morning. No, thank you. Can't call, texted my bookie, canceled it. so I'm off. You know what the funniest part too is? I bet 4.5. I saw the 5. I was like, I'm good here. I'll cancel. And he canceled it.
He must really like working with you, Jose, letting you just call up and cancel action. I like it. I like it. A quick cancel on Falcons. That doesn't bring any confidence to me whatsoever with my action. Jose, next up for you, though, we head to Ford Field, Detroit City in the house. Your plan of attack here, Vikings, Lions.
Did I say Vikings? I did. I guess I am on the Detroit Lions here, huh? I bet this, and I need to double check here because I can't believe that I'm on such a big favorite here. I didn't bet this. Why did I send this? I don't know why I sent this to you, Jimmy.
That's okay. We don't need it. We don't need to force
it. New York Giants, San Francisco Giant, whatever the fuck they are, 49ers. Yeah. I'm on the Giants plus 2.5. I don't know why I sent you Detroit. I guess I was thinking betting Detroit, but I'm looking down at my sheet here. I did not. So I'm on the Giants plus 2.5, thinking that this line should have been a little higher. Running backs are super replaceable. Go Giants. And I think that Jackson Dart gets into the end zone today, but Giants plus 2.5 minus 110. That was the booze coming out of me there, I guess, setting the Detroit. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
No worries.
I hope the Lions do cover, Harold. I like the Lions, but I don't know.
Which brings us to the final spot on the board here. And it is the game of the week here.
I confirmed did bet this one.
And this is flipped, which is pretty nerve-wracking. We're talking, of course, Bills, Chiefs. And the Chiefs were public all week. And now the Bills' cash is coming in. We see flat 2s at almost all books. ESPN Bet and FanDuel are still hanging the 2.5. DraftKings down to a 1.5. They're the only book I see at 1.5. The reason why I bring it up is because now we have 73% of the cash on the Bills, 53% of the tickets, and 73% of cash. Now, what this could be is just, this is a spread bet, and maybe a lot of the money when it's this low of a number would be bet on the money line. So if that is the case, I would like to find that out right now. So 69% of the tickets, 77% of cash over on action are on the Bills, making the Bills a public side. On the money line, though, it's 57% of the tickets and 79% of the cash on the Chiefs. So I think that's why the line's not moving, because the money line backers are, not going minus 1.5 or minus 2. They're betting the Chiefs on the money line. Take it away for us here, Jose, your plan of attack in Chiefs Bills.
Yeah, maybe it's simple, but Bills regular season, Chiefs postseason, Buffalo Bills win this game, plus 115 for me here, full game money line. So those 3 plays, I was very close to tailing Bobano on the Titans Chargers over there as well. I didn't do it. I'm just on those 3 bets here for me. And obviously, Jimmy, friends and family, which we'll talk about, I'm sure.
A wager detective, it depends how you look at it. Because clearly the Chiefs are the public side on the money line, and the Bills are the public side on the spread. So, pick your poison. If you want to focus on the spread to give you confidence and comfort, then say that, sure. If I want to say the Chiefs are public because of all the money line bets on them, I can. It's whatever you want to do. AM saying look at Circa. I mean, so different books, are telling different stories here. And so here at Circa, 63% of the tickets and 87% of the cash are on the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, clearly that's public, right? 63% of tickets, 87%. So, I mean, it just depends what you look like or what you're looking at. And again, one of the things about gambling and creating an argument or creating an angle is that you can find things that back up your take. And it's all good. So we have Rodgers injured hand in warm-ups, says Smoke and Mir.
Yeah. He's been flexing it. I'm sure he'll be fine, but he's just probably not going to be taking any snaps under center. I'll tell you that.
So wager, if you say Circa is the sharpest, then you'd have to say the Chiefs are public, right? Because 63% of the tickets and 87% of cash is on the Chiefs. We are about to kick off, Aaron, guys. But again, Wager Detective, different routes, in different angles. And, just because we're kind of disagreeing on this point doesn't take away the fact that I love capping with you, my friend. What was the line that you got on the Bills, Jose?
115.
So that Bills plus 2.5 minus 115.
No, money line. I'm taking 1 plus 115.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Plus 115. So we have Jose on the Bills plus 115, Giants plus 2.5 minus 110, and Texans minus 130 here.
Yep.
So let's review action here, Jose, and then put a bow on it on the show. Thank you guys so much for rocking with us. It was a very heavy night for those of us that are north of the border. So it's nice just to focus on a different sport here. I am on Carolina, Green Bay, first half under 22, full game under 44.5. Texans first half minus 115, full game minus 125. New Orleans, LA Rams first half under 22.5, full game under 44. Bills first half plus a half, and Bills full game plus 2.5. Giants plus 2.5. Minnesota, Detroit first half over 23.5 and full game over 48.5. That is my action here. Let's review action. Bobano on the Bears minus 2.5 in the over 51 in Chicago, Cincinnati. Giants plus 3 at minus 118 for Bobano. He's on the over 50.5 in Indianapolis, Pittsburgh. Carolina plus 13.5. Texans money line minus 125. The over 43.5 in Chargers, Titans, and Chargers minus 9.5, and the over 43.5 in Jacksonville, Las Vegas Raiders. Spooner. Again, these guys are crushing right now. Bobano is sitting at 50 and 27 plus 20.19 units. Spooner 14 and 5 plus 8.4 units. He's on the Bengals plus 3, the Colts minus 3, the Texans money line, the Bills plus 2.5, the Commanders plus 3 here. Justin McKelvey, Steelers plus 3.5. Bijan Robinson over 37.5 receiving, over 48.5 in Minnesota, Detroit. Jefferson over 80 receiving yards at plus 108 or 80 plus, and Mahomes 30 plus rush yards minus 107, and Jackson Smith-Njigba anytime touchdown at minus 110. Salty Pete here is on the Colts minus 3. McConkey over 5.5 receptions. Seattle minus 3 at minus 110, and his 5.5 point teaser. Chicago plus 3, Dallas plus 2.5, Seattle plus 2.5, and the Colts plus 2.5, all at plus 260 here. Then we have our guy, just my 2 cents, SGP Jones, 225 plus and 2 passing touchdowns plus 110. DK Metcalf, anytime touchdown plus 140. Geno Smith, 2 passing touchdowns plus 102. And Sam Darnold, 225 plus passing yards and 2 passing touchdowns plus 114. LJ from Htown, the mortgage bet, Lions first half minus 5.5 minus 110. And he's also on Goff, 2 passing touchdowns and a win at minus 140. Amon-Ra St. Brown, anytime touchdown and a win at plus 104. Montgomery, anytime touchdown and a win at minus 107. Goff, 3 or more passing touchdowns and a win at plus 181. Gibbs anytime touchdown and the Lions win at plus 120. Gibbs anytime touchdown, Montgomery anytime touchdown plus 152. Lions team total over 28.5 minus 115. Goff 3 passing touchdowns, the Lions to win, and the team total over 28.5 at plus 230. And the Bengals are already on the board, says Morgan.
Jesus fucking Christ. What?
Minnesota, Detroit, over 47.5 for AM. He's on Atlanta, New England, under 45. San Francisco, New York, under 48.5. Indianapolis, Pittsburgh, over 49.5. New Orleans, LA Rams, under 44.5. Jacksonville, Las Vegas, under 45.5. Then
they returned the kick.
All the way? Wow.
Yeah, they returned the kick. Jesus Christ. I was like, God damn, how the fuck did they score that fast?
The Broncos in regulation at plus 120 for the Goracle. He's got a Colts, Seattle, Seahawks money line parlay plus 130. Chiefs team total over 27.5 at plus 100. And Cowboys first quarter minus 1.5 at plus 110. And Jose Bouquet is on the Texans money line, Giants plus 2.5, and the Bills money line. That is our show, week 9 here on Pub Sports Radio, NFL Pub Hub. Thank you so much for your support, you guys in the chat. It means the world to us. Dawn Play, Donut Silks, Londo, Jason Meyer, Marquise Ford, the Nuke Worker, Nasty Nate. Have a great time watching your Patriots play.
Nate,
today.
I hope the fucking Patriots get crushed and then you have a great time. But I hope they get fucking dominated and then you have a great time.
The Juice, Top Set, Old E, Jason Meyer, Aaron Gaza. Thank you guys. Flea Mathis, Top Set, The Wager Detective, Omar Gaudet. Thank you guys so much, truly. Big Zoe, thank you for gifting the 5 Pub Sports Radio memberships to Big Zoe. It means a ton to us. Markel, Joseph Gomez, Harold Williams, Thank you guys. Big O, my man. Thank you. Thank Cactus Black. Thank you for rocking with us. Irish King. All of you guys, truly, truly thank you for your support. And thank you to our guests, Bobano, Spooner, Justin McKelvey, Salty Pete, Just My 2 Cents, LJ, AM, and the Goracle. And Jose, thank you, my friend, for all the hard work you do behind the scenes. Hungover and still doing a great, great job as always. So thank you for all that you do for us, my man, Jose. That is our show for today. You know, I don't know why I don't do this, but let's put Jose's X handle here in the chat. Support our friend, Mr. Jose Bouquet, who does so much for us. Please support him and follow along in the glory that is SN1P5 here.
Jackson Dart, first down, 6-yard rush.
Let's go. Let's go. Jose, my man, can you bless our action and lead us into the future?
Yep, we're gonna have a great time tonight in the live stream, gents. Good God, Michael Penix stinks. We're gonna have a great time in the live stream, so come out, watch a little Seahawks and Commanders here. I will have evacuated my bowels a few times before then, so I'll be maybe 5 pounds lighter by that stream beginning. So it'll be a whole lot of fun. Shout out to all the Canadians out there. Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. Shout out to all the Canadians out there. Was thinking about all of you guys. Nuke, Pavi, you. Fuck. Good luck to all you gents out there. Hope you guys had a great Halloween. Let's go make some money tonight. And let's leche a los bookmakers.